Well, it's time to look at some beautiful builds on the Terra 1912 server once again, so come with me as we explore what the builders have been up to over the last few weeks. So you're finding me here in Aussie's town of Uson, and we are standing in front of the Wellington station, I believe. Now, this area is fairly new, and Aussie hasn't been shown on the server for a little while. And with Aussie, he always likes to build in sort of phases, stints. He comes on, he blasts out some amazing buildings, lots of stuff and things, and disappears again for a little while, only to return to build so much more yet again. So today we're going to be exploring around this beautiful Belgium-inspired town, and this isn't the only Belgium-inspired town we got on the list today, so I think this video is going to be a bit of an introduction to the Belgium countryside. So I'm just coming up here in the sky to give you guys an overview of just what we can expect to see today. Now, Aussie has also given me a little blurb to read out on the new stuff he's built, so let's have a little look through that. So Oostend Wellington is the station at the district of Wellington and operates as the terminus on the Hoogedam line. The station is based on a lost building of Antwerp Zuid and Bruges Central Station. Inside you'll find an improvised interior. In front of the station you'll find a square filled with 3 hotels and a Mendel's establishment. That's WBC's version of a lovely patisserie that goes across the entire server. If you haven't already seen that, watch the video before this one, which shows me going to WBC's new town of New Bel Air and going inside Mendel's main store. It's beautiful. Next to the station there's a telegraph building and a signal box. Next to that you'll find a tram depot connected to the city's network. In front of the tram depot you'll find the royal stables, an old building once used for horses of the royal family for when they would visit the royal chalet on the holidays at sea. The royal stable building still exists in Oostend to this day in real life. It has a very iconic look as it was made from Norwegian wood. On the other side of the track you will enter the parish of St. Peters. On the left you will find the first factory in my town. It's a reworked version of Finke's Heinz factory. I don't know when that was built, but possibly in 2021. Revamped to fit in with my region's architecture. The church is based on St. Lamprecht in Brussels. On the other railway crossing you'll enter the Sacred Heart parish. It's on the outskirts of town and it has a church that currently looks isolated, but they are planning on building a new neighbourhood here. Right, well that's quite a long little blurb there. Right, well that's quite a long little blurb there for Aussie, but shall we have a little wander around and see some of this stuff for ourselves then? So this is the little square in the centre. We've got some beautiful formal gardens surrounded by some nice trees and bits and bobs, a couple of benches and some interesting designs here for lampposts. Always take down notes on lamppost designs, there's never enough of those around. Even just the basic ones here work very well. These are nice, I like these. These are very reminiscent of just bygone eras of building with Minecraft blocks. So we've got the tram infrastructure going around this square here, and there's a tram just down here. Loving life and living, laughing and loving. Very nice. Is this a tram or a bus? This is evidently a bus. I don't know if there is a tram here actually. That has shocked me. Oh, I see a tram. There's one over there. We'll go visit that in a minute. Now, Mendel's is the patisserie we were discussing earlier, and that seems to be over here. Is it open? It does not look to be open. So, Mendel's. Hello? Can I get some croissants? No? You haven't opened yet? I see you've painted the insides, but no, I can't get in. Hello? No, okay. I guess they aren't open here yet. Now, this square, as Aussie said in his little blurb, is surmounted by 3 hotels. I imagine that's a hotel there. I didn't read the sign, but I just looked at it and went, that looks like a hotel. It clearly says Grand Hotel on the front. Now, if that's not a hotel, then I'm lying. And then I imagine this possibly is also a hotel. And my take was also going to be this one over here feels like a hotel. But, oh, no, is that might be the road name. Or it might be the name of like a pub or something. I don't know. Aussie, let us know in the comments below which ones are hotels. I think I got 2 out of 3. Anyway, shall we wander on up to the train station? So this is a very big behemoth of a train station. You can see here the very large glass train shed over the top of the tracks. Just have a quick fly around and breathe in a few of the details here before we walk inside. Ooh, that's very nice. Let me quickly change the sun round. Oh, hello. That is beautiful. Wow. Really nice. Like that. Almost reminiscent of like modern day shopping centres, but in a good way. Not in a bad way, in a very nice good way. Classic mid 19th century architecture here for railway infrastructure. We've come around the site now. I don't really mind. We can always wander back out the front door. Ooh. Wow. Big, huge, double-heighted rooms, triple-heighted rooms. It's all the way up to the dormers, in fact. And then we've got very long chandeliers through here. And, of course, Aussie, being the proprietor of the face of these, has featured them lying around the room as well. Now, I have just noticed this detail here. When looked at straight on, it's meant to sort of give a, I don't even know, like a frame around each edge, like a block frame, but it's just yellow stained glass. So if you haven't got the most recent update of our texture pack, which is the Terra 1912 texture pack now, you can go to our Discord, link in below, and pick that up. And there's a few little things like that now in there. So we've got the yellow stained glass, but I've just noticed something else which looks even better. So Aussie's gone round and added like a, I don't even know how to describe this, like a little banner around the middle of the room, just a bit of colour. And he's used flowers on there and along with the stained terracotta. Ooh, that gives not just depth, but it also gives colour. I really like that. That's a very neat little way of doing things. Like I said, we've kind of come round the back end, and the plank of wood's managed to survive. So that's also in the most recent version of the texture pack. So you can find the joke picture in there. We've got some telephones. Hello. No. Bye. This is very nice. Telephone. Hello. There's a couple of those booths through here, and then we've got the interior. Now let's have a look around, breathe in the steelwork. Oh yes, that's a very pleasant. Interesting shaped roof as well, so we can't really see it very clearly there, but if we look down the end of the train shed, you can see it's a big old triangle with some circles in it. And this is just how the structure has been built. Let me just change the sun background. Tasty. Very nice. Now, using all of these different coloured blocks really do add a bit of depth and texture to it. So we've got prismarine in there along with warped woods. Quite old blocks now, but they help give the idea of it being painted steel, which we've said before in many other videos. I know I'm flying around a lot at the moment. We normally do these walking tours, but to really engage with railway infrastructure, you kind of have to see a lot of it from the air. And that station is incredible. I'm amazed by this roof, actually, Aussie. It's beautiful. While we're out here, we might as well look at the telegraph station. So we've got a big old pylon at the top here, which I imagine would be connected, so there'll be cables connected out of each of these, unless it is a wireless station. I don't know 1912 if it was wireless, but if it wasn't, then that's, imagine every single one of these trip hooks are having a cable out of them going off somewhere around it. I think that's more likely. It's a nice little building in the sort of train station plaza down the bottom here. Good views of the train station itself from around here, and oh, there's that tram I was talking about earlier. Very nice little design. Single story tram going around. And that must be the stables. Right, we'll get back to those in a moment. I kind of want to walk back into the station but go through the front door this time. So let's do that. Ah, I spy with my little eye a very large Belgian flag. Is this the United Lowlands flag? Unless, I think within the United Lowlands there may be different districts that have different flags. So yes, let's make up that lore point on the spot. Do you guys want another lore video on the server, like Terra 1912 explained? I feel like that needs to be done at some point. The old one is getting on 3 years old? 2 years old? 2 years old. It was, yeah, 2022 we had the maps made, yeah. Okay, so it's getting on 2 years old. So we're going to need to make another video, I think, just showcasing what exactly is where on the server. Talking a bit of history. It shouldn't be too hard to make. So if you guys want that, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, let us wander inside. Greeted by another statue here. So this is an improvised inside. We haven't got any waiting rooms or anything. Right. That's fine. I was coming in expecting waiting rooms. No worries, no worries. Oh, it's a nice clock design up there. So we've got some trains in here. Let's get round, see this train in person. They've got the buffers at the end. Good little design there. Piston ends are always a classic for the buffer designs. Okay, so we've got some nice trains through here. This will be saying what platform you're on, possibly even another clock. And then we've got a nice long train. So train stations are just so much fun to build, aren't they? Oh, please, if you ever are in doubt about building a train station in Minecraft, don't be. Build it. Just do it. Oh, a little side door here. That's nice. I like this. Lots of little details. Right. Ah, there is the factory. And what best to have next to the train station than in some industry? So, oh, there's the extension of the platform through there. So this one stops here because you've got the telegraph building. And then this one goes out this way. Oh, and there's the signal box. Oh, it's even got some signalling stuff inside. Hey, very nice little design there, Aussie. I like it. Always good with the details. Okay, so where haven't we gone yet on this whistle-stop tour around Ostend? So that must be St. Peter's Church. This is the factory. So shall we wander back this way quick before we get too caught up in my manicness of wandering around places? So we've got the tram depot, absolutely humongous empty building in there. Very scary looking actually. Waiting, hungry. It's hungry for trams. The trams are going to be coming in and being used in some sordid way in there. I don't know where that's gone. Fan fiction about Ostend trams, anyone? Feel free to write it. It might be worth reading. It will never be worth reading. Anyway, should we wander through into this place, which is the Royal Stables? Why do I think that says King Horse Stallion? If anyone does speak the language of the Belgians, the Flemish, then let me know in the comments below. Alright, in we go, surmounted by the beautiful sunshine in front of us, and you can still see the train station roof there. Roof? Tower. It's not even a roof, it's a tower. Look at this, beautiful, isn't it? So this is a nice little quad. You can see the distinct style, almost built in a sort of Scandinavian theme as well, not just the wood. Very nice. I like the floor texture through here as well. The mud bricks work nicely in there with the granite, both smooth and unsmooth. Rough granite. Going through, we've got what looks to be green doors. Now that's a very neat idea of doing green doors, because in our texture pack and in Minecraft in general, there are no green blocks for wood. So using what looks to be moss and cobblestone here, mossy cobblestone, really does help bring about the idea of that being a green door. And true Ostend fashion, there is a advert there. So that says Stark, 10th of June. I don't know what that word means. Hopefully I haven't started some revolution. I don't know of Aussie. We never know of Aussie. Where are we? Is this like... Oh, this is Queen's Square, or King's Square. We've been here before because there's the Zeppelin up there. Okay, right. Before we get, again, too manic on this, let us wander back down towards the factory, take a quick gander at that, and then go see the church before we move on to, as I promised, another Flemish town. Well, this is quite interesting, actually. So we've got a level crossing almost in the middle of a city. Now, normally, I say normally, I understand that the Netherlands and the land of the Belgians is evidently, why have I said that twice today? What evidence is there? It's flat. They are the lowlands for a reason. They are below sea level. So perhaps building a graded crossing wouldn't have been practical. Yeah, so it wouldn't be so easy just to make a graded crossing there. Anyway, let's wander towards the church. Oh, and we're starting to get into these little Easter eggs everywhere around the server. So we've got Shiro, the balloon boy with more balloons. A neat little idea again there. Okay, so is this a little... I dare touch it, but it might be a little kiosk for the trams. Ah, it is. It's a tram stop on an intersection. This is really cool. Good design here for tram lines. Very, like, it works really well. Just having the iron railing blocks in here, as opposed to like chains or something, and it's layered. Oh no, it's not layered. I'm lying. It's just intersecting. Anyway, let's move the sun round and have a little look over here. Ooh. Blocked out by... Oh, of course, the other thing. My God, I need to not drink so much coffee before I start this. I'm all over the place today. Anyway, as long as you're getting to see what's been built on the server, I don't think you really mind exactly how the delivery goes about. Techniques and tips and tricks are always great. Although I really want to make some building Whiteburg videos again. Just sit down and get those going. Anyway, right, we are going to look at this church before I somehow wander all the way down to the new town of Leuven before we even get a chance to finish the Uson. So, a little tram on a diag. Very nice. Never say diag again. The word is diagonal. And we're getting some beautiful vistas here into this nice church, the Church of St. Peters. Should we wander through? Should I jump into the graveyard? I'm in the graveyard on the front. Oh, it's a blackberry bush. Nice little statue out the front. Handsome fellow on top. Surmounted by trees. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Very good. And then we have Uson St. Peters. Good, strong, mid 19th century Gothic brick church. Healthy colours, healthy design. Interesting, you get this across England a lot, these brick churches with the sandstone accents and such. Wouldn't be too dissimilar to a Victorian Gothic church in anywhere really. Very nice. Very good church, Aussie. Very nice. Right, well then, that was everything we wanted to see. Whether we saw it in the order I originally said, I don't know. Anyway, right, we're moving on now to our next location here in United Lowlands. Okay, so we're here in Leuven, Matty's Town, replacing that of Matty's Town of Hatch, which we've seen a few times in the past. This is, I believe, based off the same place. It's just going to be a rework and rebuild of that lovely place. But already I'm seeing some very good looking buildings around here. This is nice. I like this little entrance bit through here. And also this, I believe this is the town hall from Bruges. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm right there. Again, we've got the Belgian flag hanging through there. Now this has been built entirely on an angle, or several angles. Very, I think buildings like this, like a very strong Gothic town hall marketplace, can be done very well. Adds a lot of detail to it when placed on a diagonal. Good, I said it correctly that time. Because the details kind of pop out a bit more, such that sometimes where a flat detail may be flat on screen, at a diagonal it works wonders. Anyway, if we fly on up, we can see that Matty is using the technique that we've shown off a few times on this server, and that is bringing in a map from the real world and using it as the basis for building up buildings on. Now, of course, there are other projects that do this, namely Build the Earth, and that is where I'm going to end that comment. Still, I think it works very well on this server for bits and bobs you want to do, where you wish to recreate something based on a map. I'm doing that for Buckler's Hard, which we will see at some point, and with the idea in mind that you kind of want to keep the layout as best as you can, and otherwise, other cities can be completely made up, i.e. Linford, along with Whiteburg City as well. Now this is interesting. This church here was once apparently planned to be the tallest church in the world. Now, the land under which it was built on was unstable, causing the towers to not be able to be built properly. So at the front end of this, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's a real nice Gothic cathedral, that. This tower here, that's as high as it ever got, and this one here was meant to be a lot taller. However, the building collapsed, and you can see here there is repair work going on, or sections of it have been propped back up. Really like this design, really like this detail. I think we're going to see a bit more of that across the server as always. We've seen it already in Linford, we've seen some in Dresden as well. So it's good. It adds a bit of dynamicness to the buildings and to the world. And I think it looks great, because while we can all build stuff as it is, having a bit of damage through it, having a bit of, as I'm saying, like dynamicness about it. Really does tick a lot of boxes in my book to make something good. Let's have a look at this church in its totalitarianism. No? What? I meant to say in totalitarian. No, in its totality. In its completeness. Oh my god, this is not gone well today at all. And you can see that Matty is really starting to expand out onto building the town completely. But so far, so good. A nice little hub here in the centre of a market square. And he's got the map in here. I think, actually, are we on top of Hash? Is that where we've been building? There's a fort. Oh yes, forts. Yes, forts. I must build my forts. I have had just a thought about my fort. As it appears, we are on top of the old city. Oh my god, this looks incredible. Matty, I know you're a fan of like the sort of Lovecraftian horrors, and Mickey Mouse was your idea, I believe, in the first place, as in the evil Mickey. But this feels like we need to keep this for Halloween and whatnot, for Christmas. Like, there is light just pouring in through some gaps above, but the whole town exists down here still in a nightmarish pitch black. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Not to distract from above the beautiful work you've got going on there, but it's like another world here. Can we please just sink this into the ground and leave it there and have it here forever as the town that time forgot, the lights still shining through here, but also the fact that there are horrors that come through here. Absolute festering beasts, such as what's down this hole here. The festering beasts of unnatural things. The pickle in the deep, lasting by blood, alone served. Well, thank you, Matty. Absolutely wonderful work on Louvain so far. Cannot wait to see where this goes. Hopefully in next month's server update tour. How did we find ourselves here? I don't know. Shall we go somewhere else? Okay, so taking a stark change from the United Lowlands, we are here in Shiro's Chicago. That was going to be quite hard to say then. A beautiful early 20th century American city. Home to the first skyscraper in the world. I believe it was the Home Insurance Building, which... is that building? Or is it this building? Oh no, so the one with the white tower based on an alternative design for the Montgomery Ward building. The Home Insurance Building, I think, is this one. Or is it that one? He said the brown building, but there's two brown buildings opposite each other, so I don't know. That one. It's that one. Anyway, so Chicago is, could have been very different with the huge master plan that was designed for it in the early 20th century, but still, it's one of those iconic American cities that are, you know, it's kind of like what you expect New York to be, and it's just full of skyscrapers and lots of details. So Shiro has been working hard with Akira and others on Newburgh, so it's no wonder he's come through and added the same sort of details and styles here in his favourite American city, as he's written down here. Although I feel like Chicago's a meme, isn't it? I don't know. Or is that... oh no, that's Ohio. I don't know memes. Anyway, he's tried to go for the idea of having dirty streets full of life and culture. I can see some culture growing through here. Yes, probably the same culture you get in a Petri dish. So he's gone for, animal dung on the roads, bits and bobs of grates. That's very nice. It's a good idea for some sewage grates there. People just living their lives, hustle and bustle, because back then it wasn't owned by cars. While there are cars wandering the streets, the streets were still wandered by people and beasts. That's a really nice view there. Why does the mud brick work so well? Why do we have to wait so long for Mojang to bring that out? Anyway, lots of lovely details on this one here. Corals and levers, debugged walls. Ooh. So this area is known as the Border Trade District, although the Border Trade building has not been built yet. We got the Rookery building, the brown one with the flags. Oh, right. There's a few flags. I'm guessing he means this one. And then we have the Laterna building. which is the white building with the tower, this one here. Ooh, that's very nice. Now, I know that Shiro, I think, has actually built these within the last few days to try and get on to the previously mentioned in the last videos 100 tallest structures of Terra 1912 video and poster. So these will now be featured, but also when that comes to that video, the marking criteria for what is a tall building is flagpoles do count. So yeah, because it's structure rather than building. Anyway, we then have the home insurance building, the first ever skyscraper, and many more. The city is best enjoyed from the live street level. And that is a testament to, yeah, just how we're building these cities on this server. We aren't just doing buildings and leaving them barren. They are, this is definitely the one with the flags. I don't know. They are needing to have life about the base. Please shout at me in the comments for the erraticness of this video. I'm actually expecting a new desk to be delivered within the hour, and that kind of took me by surprise. It was meant to be here Monday, but it's coming now, so I've kind of run out of time to film this. So I wanted to just throw it together while I had a chance, because I'm out most of next week. That's the home insurance building. This is the first ever skyscraper in the world, a building built over 21 stories high. Okay, right, good. Well then, on that note, after a frantic server update tour, looking around some beautiful locations on the Terra 1912 server, I hope you've enjoyed it, I hope you've taken some inspiration as always, and please, let me know in the comments below how you want these videos to progress, because we've been doing them for so many years now, that it's nice to have a few fresh ideas from the audience on how you wish to see them, but if nothing is there, then I shall continue as always. And as always, remember, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.